Did you know that Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor, was also one of the most respected philosophers of his time? Imagine ruling over the mightiest empire in history, yet finding the time to pen down thoughts that would shape the world of philosophy. Marcus Aurelius was a man who wore two crowns, one of gold and one of wisdom. He wasn't just an emperor. He was a guiding star, a beacon of wisdom, enlightening not just his court, but generations to come. Stoicism, a philosophy he held dear, was his compass, guiding his leadership. He believed in the power of the present moment, the strength of accepting things as they are, not as we wish them to be. His wisdom wasn't confined to the halls of his palace. It echoed in his actions, his words, and his legacy. Marcus Aurelius was not just a ruler, he was a man of wisdom. His teachings continue to inspire us today, reminding us that true power lies not just in ruling others, but in mastering ourselves. Stoicism, a philosophy that Marcus Aurelius deeply believed in, teaches us to remain calm amidst chaos. Stoicism, a philosophy that flourished in the heart of Rome, is not a set of esoteric doctrines, but a practical guide to life. It advocates for a life of tranquility, virtue, and wisdom, emphasizing the acceptance of things beyond our control and focusing on what we can change. Considered to be the philosopher king, Marcus Aurelius was a staunch practitioner of Stoicism. He believed in accepting the world as it is, not as we wish it to be. The world is in constant flux, always changing, always evolving. Instead of resisting this change, Stoicism encourages us to flow with it, like a river carving its path through a valley. Stoicism teaches us to differentiate between what is within our control and what is not. Our thoughts, our actions, our responses, these are within our control. The weather, the passage of time, the actions of others, these are not. By focusing our energy on what we can control, we free ourselves from the futile struggle against the inevitable. A key principle of Stoicism is the pursuit of virtue. Virtue, in this context, is the embodiment of wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. It's about being the best version of ourselves, not for the sake of recognition or reward, but because it is the right thing to do. Moreover, Stoicism encourages us to view challenges as opportunities for growth. When faced with adversity, a Stoic doesn't ask, "Why is this happening to me?" Instead, they ask, "What can I learn from this?" This shift in perspective transforms obstacles into stepping stones, propelling us forward on the path of self-improvement. Stoicism is not about suppressing emotions, but about understanding them, acknowledging them, and not letting them control our actions. It's about maintaining an inner tranquility and unshakable peace no matter what the world throws at us. To embrace Stoicism is to embrace a life of clarity, purpose, and resilience. It's about finding tranquility amidst turmoil, wisdom amidst ignorance, and courage amidst fear. In the face of adversity, a Stoic remains unshaken. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Our life is what our thoughts make it." This powerful statement from the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher encapsulates the essence of perspective. Perspective, the way we perceive the world, is a force that shapes our reality. It is the lens through which we interpret everything around us, our experiences, our opportunities, and the challenges we face. Imagine your mind as an ancient Roman amphitheater, a vast echoing space where thoughts are the gladiators, battling for dominance. Some thoughts are empowering, others are limiting, but it's you who decide which gladiator will win, which thought will shape your reality. Consider the power of a positive perspective. It's like the sun rising over the Roman Colosseum, casting light on the beautiful architecture, highlighting the intricate details and warming the cold stones. A positive perspective illuminates the possibilities, brings out the best in situations, and warms the heart even in challenging times. Positive thinking is not about ignoring the difficulties of life. It's not about living in a false reality, but about choosing to see the strengths over the weaknesses, opportunities over obstacles, and solutions over problems. It's about seeing the half-full glass instead of the half-empty one. It's about being the emperor of your own thoughts, choosing which gladiator will win, shaping your own reality. But remember, like the ancient Romans, we too must cultivate and harness this power. Training our mindset is like training the gladiators. It requires discipline, dedication, and a strong will. It's about consistently choosing the empowering thoughts, the ones that lift us up, inspire us, and drive us forward. Every day, we have the choice to see the world through a lens of optimism or a lens of pessimism. We can choose to be defeated by our challenges, or we can choose to see them as opportunities for growth and learning. We can choose to be victims of our circumstances, or we can choose to be the architects of our reality. So let's take a leaf out of Marcus Aurelius's book. Let's recognize the power we hold within our minds, the power to shape our reality, the power to make our lives what we want them to be. Because in the grand amphitheater of our minds, we are the emperors, the masters of our thoughts. We have the power to shape our reality with our thoughts. Cato the Younger, another prominent Roman figure, was known for his unwavering integrity. Cato's life was a testament to the power of character, a beacon that reminds us of the importance of standing firm in our beliefs and values. Cato was born into a world of privilege, yet he chose to live a life of simplicity, austerity, and virtue. He was a man who held himself to a higher standard, who believed that actions spoke louder than words, and who dedicated his life to the service of Rome. Imagine, if you will, a man who could have lived in luxury and indulgence, but instead chose a path of self-discipline and restraint. A man who valued integrity above all else and was willing to sacrifice his own comfort for the greater good. This was Cato, a man of character, a man who understood that true strength lies not in physical prowess, but in the unwavering commitment to one's principles. In the face of corruption and greed, Cato stood as a bastion of integrity. He refused to be swayed by bribes or threats, choosing instead to remain steadfast in his commitment to Rome and its virtues. His life serves as a powerful reminder that character is not something that can be bought or sold. It is a quality that must be cultivated, nurtured, and protected. Character, as demonstrated by Cato, is not about being perfect. It's about acknowledging our flaws and striving to better ourselves. It's about making the tough decisions, standing up for what we believe in, and refusing to compromise on our values. It's about having the courage to live authentically, even when it's easier to follow the crowd. Cato's life teaches us that character is the cornerstone of personal growth and self-improvement. It's the foundation upon which we build our lives. Without a strong character, we are like a ship without a rudder, aimlessly drifting in the sea of life. So let us strive to be like Cato. Let us strive to cultivate a strong character, to live authentically and to stand firm in our beliefs and values. Because in the end, it's not our possessions, our accomplishments, or our status that define us, but our character. Character is the foundation of success. Cato believed that virtue was the highest good. These words ring true today, just as they did in the halls of the Roman Senate over 2,000 years ago. But what is virtue? In the Roman context, virtue was a blend of courage, wisdom, justice, and temperance. It was the shining beacon guiding a person's actions, the compass pointing them toward their highest potential. You see, the Romans didn't believe in virtue as an abstract concept. To them, it was a living, breathing entity. It was an integral part of their lives, woven into the fabric of their society. They believed that a virtuous person was the richest of all, for they possessed something that gold could never buy: a clear conscience, a steady heart, and the respect of their fellow citizens. Fast forward to the 21st century. We live in a world that often values material wealth over moral wealth, where success is measured by the size of your bank account rather than the content of your character. But if we take a leaf out of the Romans book, we might just find that virtue holds as much relevance today as it did back then. Imagine a world where courage is not just about physical bravery, but also about standing up for what's right, even when it's not popular. Consider a world where wisdom is valued over wit, where we seek to understand before being understood. Envision a world where justice is not just about punishment, but about creating a fair society where everyone gets an equal shot at success. And finally, picture a world where temperance is not seen as a sign of weakness, but a mark of strength, a testament to one's ability to exercise self-control and restraint. The pursuit of virtue is not about achieving perfection. It's about striving to be the best version of yourself, about making a conscious effort each day to live in alignment with your values. It's about finding balance, about understanding that true success lies not in what you get, but in what you give. In the pursuit of virtue, we find fulfillment. So let's strive for virtue. Let's strive for a world where we value character over currency, where we celebrate the heroes of heart over the heroes of hype. After all, in the grand scheme of things, it's not what we have, but who we are that truly matters. Seneca, a Roman Stoic philosopher, was a great advocate for resilience. His teachings echoed through the corridors of time, resonating with a truth that remains as potent today as it was in the days of the Roman Empire. Seneca taught that life is a stormy sea. We are sailors, navigating its unpredictable waves, facing the tempests that rage and the calm that deceives. He believed that our strength lies not in avoiding the storm, but in learning to sail our ship amidst the tempest. This is resilience, the ability to weather the storm, to face adversity head-on, and to emerge stronger, wiser, and more capable. Resilience, as per Seneca, is not a trait that one is born with, but a skill that can be cultivated. It is the bedrock of character, built brick by brick with each hardship we endure and every challenge we overcome. It is the shield against life's arrows and the sword to cut through its thorny paths. But what does resilience mean to us today? In a world that often prioritizes comfort and convenience, can we still find value in Seneca's ancient wisdom? The answer is a resounding yes. The power of resilience is timeless, transcending cultures, centuries, and civilizations. In our personal and professional lives, resilience is the key to success. It helps us to keep going when the going gets tough, to remain focused when distractions abound, and to stay positive when negativity looms. It is the fuel for our ambitions, the light in our darkest hours, and the compass guiding us towards our goals. Resilience, however, is more than just a survival tool. It is the essence of growth and transformation. It is the catalyst that turns failure into success, pain into power, and dreams into reality. It is the force that propels us forward, helping us to rise every time we fall, to learn from every mistake we make, and to grow stronger with every challenge we face. In the words of Seneca, "A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials." Resilience, then, is not just about surviving, it's about thriving. Seneca once said, "As long as you live, keep learning how to live." This powerful quote from one of the greatest Roman philosophers underpins the essence of self-improvement, the constant endeavor to refine oneself, to grow, to learn, to evolve. Imagine the grandeur of the Roman Empire. Its expansion and prosperity didn't occur overnight. It was a result of continuous improvement, of learning from past experiences and implementing these lessons in future endeavors. This same principle applies to us as individuals. We are, in essence, empires of our own. Our minds, our bodies, our characters, these are our territories, and the task of improving them is unending. Consider Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and a Stoic philosopher who, despite his standing, never ceased to learn, to adapt, to improve. His written meditations serve as a testament to his lifelong pursuit of knowledge and self-betterment. His philosophy? Every day is an opportunity to learn something new, to become a better version of oneself. Self-improvement isn't merely about acquiring new skills or knowledge, though these are indeed important. It's about introspection, about understanding our strengths and weaknesses, our virtues and vices. It's about recognizing our potential and striving to fulfill it, about pushing our boundaries and stepping out of our comfort zones. When we embrace the concept of self-improvement, we open ourselves to infinite possibilities. We become adaptable, resilient, and gain the ability to turn adversity into opportunity. We become better equipped to face the challenges life throws at us and emerge stronger, wiser. Remember, the Romans didn't build their empire by remaining stagnant. They learned, they improved, they evolved. They embraced the power of self-improvement, and so should we. For as the Roman poet Ovid said, dripping water hollows out stone, not through force but through persistence. So let's strive to be like the water, persistent in our efforts to improve ourselves, to learn, to grow. After all, as Seneca reminds us, we should keep learning how to live as long as we live, because the journey of self-improvement is a journey without end. As we have seen, these great Roman figures were not just leaders, they were philosophers, thinkers, and resilient individuals. They understood the importance of a motivational mindset and its power to shape not just their lives, but the course of history. From our journey into wisdom, we learn from the Stoic Seneca that, as is a tale, so is life. Not how long it is, but how good it is what matters. It was not about the length of their reigns or lives, but the quality of their deeds and thoughts. The Stoic mindset, as we have explored, encourages us to accept life as it is, and to find contentment in our current circumstances, fostering a mindset that is unshakable in the face of adversity. In The Power of Perspective, we saw through the eyes of Cicero, who reminded us, we're not given a short life, but we make it short, and we're not ill-supplied, but wasteful of it. Our perspective on life can either limit us or propel us forward. The strength of character, as epitomized by Cato the Elder, asserted that, I would much rather have men ask why I have no statue than why I have one. True strength lies not in outward recognition, but in the integrity of one's character. The pursuit of virtue, as guided by Aurelius, was not about reaching a perfect state, but about the journey towards becoming better every single day. In The Power of Resilience, we learned from the invincible Spartacus that the measure of a man is what he does with power. Resilience is not just about surviving, but thriving amidst adversity. The importance of self-improvement, as illustrated by Julius Caesar, taught us that experience is the teacher of all things. We should always strive to learn, grow, and improve. And now we culminate our journey in understanding the power of a motivational mindset. It is the thread that weaves together wisdom, stoicism, perspective, character, virtue, resilience, and self-improvement. It is the driving force that propels us forward, inspiring us to become the best versions of ourselves. In the words of Marcus Aurelius, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts.